everybody, and here is your last music activity for the week. It's a listening activity today because we've done plenty of crashing and banging so far. We're going to listen to Vivaldi's Spring. It's the piece of music that I always put on at this time of year for you to listen to in assembly. So I thought we'd have a really good look at it. Vivaldi wrote this piece of music about 300 years ago, and at the same time that it was written, either he or somebody else, nobody is quite sure, it was a very long time ago, wrote a poem to explain what the music is about, and here is the poem. So we'll start off by reading it, and then we'll listen to the piece of music and see how Vivaldi managed to get these ideas into music. Festive spring has arrived. The birds salute it with their happy song, and the brooks, caressed by little zephyrs, flow with a sweet murmur. The sky is covered with a black mantle, and thunder and lightning announce a storm. When they are silent, the birds return to their lovely song. So there's a few tricky words there, aren't there? Let's just look at this. Brooks, they're like streams or little rivers. A zephyr is a brilliant word for a light breeze. So a little bit of wind, but not a nice warm wind. In here, there's a brilliant metaphor, isn't there? The sky is covered with a black mantle. A mantle is like a cloak. So he's saying, oh, the sky, suddenly the sun is covered by dark clouds because a thunderstorm is coming. So when Vivaldi wrote his piece of music to describe all of this, he knew that people find it quite hard to keep music in their heads. And back then, you couldn't listen to the music a lot of times. There was no recorded music, so everyone just listened to it live. And most people would only ever have heard it once. Maybe Vivaldi himself only heard it 5 or 10 times. So he used a clever little trick that people still use today. He wrote a really good tune for the first idea, the spring idea, and then he put this tune in between all the other ideas, like a chorus in a pop song or in a hymn. So your brain doesn't get bored and start thinking about other things. It brings your brain back to the piece of music you're listening to. So let's have a listen. Now, just before we do, this morning I have made a listening map. And actually this is your job that you could do if you wanted afterwards. So I thought of some signs for each of the ideas. At the beginning, Vivaldi actually does his idea twice because he really wants to get the tune in your head. So I've decided I'm going to use the sun as my spring idea, and I've put it twice because that's what Vivaldi does. Here are my birds. Then there's the tune again. Here is my brook, and then a little bit of tune again, and this is my thunderstorm. Then you get the tune again. You get a little short bit of birds. And at the end, because this is a violin concerto, so it's a piece of music written for a violin solo and then an orchestra. But the violin is the most important bit, and they get a little bit of a chance to have a final little show off at the end. And then we finish with the tune. So let's listen. I'll talk you through it, which I know is a bit boring, but later on you can listen to it yourself on the recording I've put on our Facebook page. Here we go. Alexa, play Spring by Vivaldi.
Here's Spring, Concerto No. 1 in E major, RV 269, by various artists and Antonio Vivaldi.
Here!
And music.
I'm going to do the dishwasher in a minute, honest. Right, here we go. So, great big tune, everyone knows this tune. He repeats it, but a bit quietly, so he's using dynamics. He's using quiet and loud so we don't get bored. Here is... in a minute. So here's the bird song. Alexa, volume up 1. So it's the solo violin and the lead violin doing a kind of duet. Just so we don't get bored, Vivaldi brings his tune back again. Here he goes. Now, these are the brooks and streams coming down the hillside. So if you listen, it's really clever. You can almost hear a waterfall happening. And the breeze is coming overhead. So He's used lots of quick notes, nice smooth kind of sound. And here comes the chorus again. Now, here comes the black mantle. The clouds are coming over the sun. You can hear the thunder and the lightning. So a really low sound for the thunder, and the violin is being the lightning. Finally, they're both happening together. The storm is right ahead on top of us. And here is the spoon tune again. Now the storm is finished. The sun comes out again. And here are the birds singing again. Here's the big tune. Last little bit by the solo violin.